Well, it's a wonderfully sunny day here in our favourite British seaside town of Brighton. So come and walk alongside me as I take you on a little guided tour of the perfectly kitsch and colourful Brighton Seafront, and I'll be sharing some handy tips and info along the way. So we'll start our walk here at the Brighton Zip, which at 30 metres high happens to be the longest zip line on the south coast. I've just had a look at the prices, and if you fancied a ride, it would set you back £18 for a single or £32 for a tandem ride. Maybe because of the adrenaline, people say the ride, which takes just 30 seconds, actually feels much longer. So let's go up onto the promenade. Across the road you can see the Brighton Sea Life Centre over to our right. It's actually the world's oldest aquarium, and its Victorian arcade has been meticulously restored. It has over 3,500 marine animals. Anyway, the aquarium is definitely one for a rainy day. The entrance cost is £15 for adults and £9 for children. So we're here at the Palace Pier. Oh, which I see now has a £1 entry fee. I guess it's to support the maintenance costs, which I can imagine must be pretty hefty. Since the pier was built in 1899, it's endured many a challenge, including storms and fires. Good to see it's still going strong.
Putting us on crime watch.
Hiya, mate.
He's the criminal. I've already been on it. Nice.
Plenty of traditional fish and chips to be had here. Bit steep, but they do call Brighton London by the sea, so I guess you'd expect these prices in the most touristy areas. I won't be taking you on the pier today, as we have a lot to see, but I'm sure we'll be revisiting in a future video. Looking at the Royal Albion Hotel over there, I see it's undergoing renovation. Interestingly, these early hotels in Brighton faced inward to the Stein, because at that time people didn't want to look at the sea, they wanted to look at the gardens. Let's carry on down the steps and see what lies beneath. Brighton Bounce here has trampoline sessions, I think I saw for around £10. I'm sure we'll be seeing plenty more ice cream parlours along the way. You can get bike rental here for £7 an hour, or £14 for a tandem, which actually sounds like a bit more fun. Not sure if they're all that easy to ride though. I see they give suggestions of some scenic routes along the promenade and into the South Downs, so it would definitely be a good way of getting a bit further afield. I love these old beach cafes on the promenade. Cappuccinos for £3.95 is a bit pricey. But I guess you do have a prime spot. Over on our right, you'll see the Queen's Hotel, built in 1846. It was one of the most prestigious hotels in Brighton. Here's another view of the iconic pier. The Osho Social Club is a really popular venue. It has a pretty vibrant atmosphere all day, with free live music most evenings, I think. So just ahead of us is the Golden Gallopers merry-go-round carousel. Incidentally, did you know the word carousel originates from the Spanish carosella, meaning little war? I think it was something to do with commoners who didn't have the money to own a horse, but liked the idea of recreating jousting competitions. But do correct me in the comments if you know otherwise. Today, fewer than 175 wooden carousels remain in operation. And did you know that since 1973, they've been protected by the Carousel Association? Ah, what a great place to have your wedding photos. You can see what a sunny day it is, but you might be interested in the temperature. Well, we're in the summer school holidays, and it's around 23 degrees today, with a pleasant cool breeze coming off the sea. So just about perfect. We're just passing the Fisherman's Quarter Gallery and Brighton Fishing Museum. The museum has free entry, and it's managed by the Brighton Seafront Heritage Trust. It gives some valuable insights into Brighton's maritime history. I've not eaten here myself, but the Brighton Smokehouse here is renowned for its seafood, including Jersey oysters and anchovies. The Brighton Water Sports Hire and Training Centre offers lots of water activities, like paddleboarding and kayaking. This cafe looks inviting but no prices, suggesting it may be on the higher end of things. By the way, there's a few famous people that have their home in Brighton, including the travel YouTuber Bald and Bankrupt. If you haven't heard of him, I'd suggest you look him up. He'll definitely make you smile.
Cheers.
I love the fact that there's lots of independent art galleries along the front. I see this bar conveniently displays tonight's sunset time. I'm sure it'd be a popular place to unwind and watch the sunset, which would be around 9 o'clock in the summer. Benito's cafe here has fish and chips for £19, or chips alone for £6. Fish and chips, it seems, don't quite live up to the as cheap as chips name. But it's still a quintessential seaside experience, so has to be done when you come to Brighton. I could really do with a stop and an ice cream, but I'll soldier on for you. Good to see this cafe on the right is up and running. It was being completely renovated when we last visited and just had hoardings up, so we couldn't see what it had looked like. It looks pretty nice and it's good to see it so popular.
Then we could break the crystal. Yeah.
I love this promenade bar with its brightly coloured beach huts. They're used for private hire spaces. Some are equipped with karaoke machines, and you can sing karaoke anytime, except Saturdays when it's after 9 p.m. I believe the huts are actually free to hire and take up to 12 people. We're approaching the skeleton of Brighton West Pier, which is Britain's only Grade 1 listed pier. It was built between 1863 and 1866. I remember taking a tour on it around 15 years ago, when a lot more of it was of course intact. It was like walking into a surreal and fascinating time warp. No tours could happen now, of course, but it stands as an important and wonderfully eerie historical landmark. The Grand Hotel over there on our right opened in 1864. Is renowned for its elegant architecture and also for its resilience following the bombing on the 12th of October 1984, when a time bomb was planted in the hotel by the Provisional IRA, with the aim to kill Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher and her ministers during their stay for the Conservative Party conference. The bombing was called the most audacious attack on a British government since the Gunpowder Plot.
Came over and they said, oh, no, I think man, we just like to go
It's really good to see the public sports area here is so well used. I wish every seaside town would dedicate such spaces freely to the public. You might be wondering what these iron pillars are here ahead of us. Well, they are in fact the 24 cast iron columns which were originally part of the substructure of the West Pier. So this piazza area is now dedicated to the heritage of the pier. The Brighton Eye 360 here is a giant glass pod, which as it rises to a height of 450 feet, gives some pretty spectacular panoramic views of Brighton, the South Downs and the South Coast. Booking tickets 48 hours in advance is definitely a good idea, as it gives you a super saver rate of £20.50. Here's a more close-up view of the original pier columns. I'm so pleased they've kept them here. And a closer view of the West Pier and the columns that remain out to sea. And up ahead of us here we have the jaunty upside-down house, selling itself as an intriguing blend of street art and experiential entertainment. If you're intrigued, it'll cost you £7.95 entry, or you can get a family ticket for £14.95. Children 3 and under don't need to pay though.
I'm slowing it down a bit.
The Upside Down House has recently partnered with Brighton's House of Illusions and Wonders, called Paradox Place. Paradox Place is full of interactive exhibits that invite you to step in and become a part of them. You will find classic illusions and new interpretations of historical magic tricks such as Pepper's Ghost. so let's end our tour with some iconic views of the West Pier and the Brighton 360. Thanks for joining me. Mike plans to bring you loads more narrated walks through all the different areas of Brighton. And of course we'll still be bringing you the natural sound walks if that's more your cup of tea. So toodaloo for now, and we'll see you on the next one.